Hello, good evening, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching me from. This is the DMS Online School Teacher, and in today's video, we are going to do a mathematics revision. But before we go ahead with this revision, uh, I would like to make an announcement to the grade 12s internals. Grade 12 internals. You grade 12s internals, that we have started revisions. So we will be doing revisions only through past papers for mathematics, science, English, RE, civic education. So for science, the amount per month, science is 120. Then the rest of the subject are each at 100 kwacha per month. So we have started. So if you want to be part of this revision, which will help you to catch up, like some of you are busy in my inbox, sir, we want revisions. Some of us, we are behind. You can WhatsApp me to join the group, or 977 92 41 75. So this is the time to start the revisions, so that before November you are at least ahead of your friends, and before November, by then would have revised most of the questions and most of the topics through examination past papers. So today we want to look at this question, which is coming from a topic known as mensuration. So this question from a topic known as mensuration. So we want to answer this question in case this question comes in an exam. Of course, this type of questions do not miss in an examination, and through the revisions, I'll be able to tell you the way examiners bring questions from mensurations, different style of questions examiners bring on this part. So we'll revise all those different styles of questions which examiners bring on this part, so that when the examiners bring any type of a question from that style, you'll be able to answer. So this question says, the figure below is a cone ABC, from which, so this one should have been from which BCXY remained after the small cone AXY was cut off. Take pi as 3.142. So we have a cone. We have A, B, C as our cone. And then we have been told that from this, there is a smaller cone, which is AXY. So in short, we have now this big cone, which goes like that. Okay, so we have like two cones. A big cone like this, which goes all the way up to there. Then out of that big cone, they have made another smaller cone there. Okay, so that's how it is. So we have two cones in one, smaller and a bigger one. So the question says, given that EX, which is EX, the radius of the small corner, so the distance from here to there is a radius of the small cone. R is equal to 4 centimeters. And then they're saying DB is the radius of the bigger cone ABC. So you write R like at 12 centimeters. Then we have DE 15 centimeters. DE is the parallel height between the bases of these two coins. So we have height in short, which is DE which they are saying it is 15 centimeters. Then they are saying calculate A, the height AE of the smaller cone AXY. So they want the height AE of this smaller cone AXY. So that cone there, what is the height? So when given a question like this and asked to find the height, what you should know is that the radius of the cone and then the sides of the two coins, in short, can be expressed as ratios. The sides of the cones can be expressed as the ratios. For instance, for you to know this one here, which is the AE. Let me say AE. To find it, AE, you must know DA. Okay? So, in short, if you have DA, so I'll begin it this way. I'll have to show you that to move from D to A, you have to move twice. You have to move from DE and then EA. So we will say DA is equal to what I'm saying, DA is equal to DE plus EA. So from here to there is similar from here to there plus from there to there. Okay? So at least we know from D to E. DE they have already given us there. Then all we need to know is EA from just there to there. So it even becomes simple. So if we want to know we want to know DA. DA is what I've already outlined. Now if we want to know AE, we will use ratios like we'll say small letter r, the radius of the smaller cone over the radius of the bigger cone is equal to, then we'll pick the heights of the cones. So we'll have this bigger cone from A to D, the bigger cone which passes like that, A, B, C. So its height, and also the height of the smaller cone A, X, C, Y. So the height of the bigger cone also is this one, AD. Then the height of the smaller cone is AE. So what we are going to do is we will also pick the height of the smaller cone, which is AE over the height of the bigger cone, which is AD. Seen AD. Now, this will help us to know here. So you see AD here, AD. Now, as we want to know what AE, so we want to know AE. So AE, it's this one actually here, the same one here. It's AE here. So for us to know AE, we can even substitute this one in advance. AD can be substituted. AD is the same as putting this one there. You've seen AD, which is DA, it's the same. So where there's this one, we can put this one there. So we can just say, this one is just the same as DE. So say, okay, let's maintain R small letter over R capital letter is equal to AE over, then we'll pick this one, DE plus what? Plus AE. Then what are we going to do? Substitute. We'll substitute because you see small letter R is 4. So just put 4 over. Then capital letter R 12. We'll put 12. Then we'll say equals. AE is an unknown, so just put AE because that's what we are going to find over. Then we have DE. DE is 15. Then plus AE is an unknown. AE is an unknown. So what are we doing? We are now going to reduce this in ratios. We can say 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 12, 3. So this one can reduce. Let me bring it here. It can be 1 over 3. What I've said, 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 12, 3. Then this equal sign maintained. Then we have AE over, we have 15 plus what? Plus AE. Then these are fractions. We have a fraction here and a fraction here. So we can get rid of the fraction by introducing a multiplication like that, where we are going to say that 1 times what is down here on the other side. The numerator, which is 1, times the denominator, which is 15 plus AE, it will give us 15 plus AE, then equals, then we'll say 3 times C, 3 times C. In fact, let me do it this way. Let me start with 3. Let me start with 3 so that it doesn't give us a complication. So 3 times AE, it will be 3 AE. Then this equal sign will be introduced. Then we'll say 1 times 15 plus AE. It will be 15 plus AE like that. Okay. Then from there, what are we going to do? We will collect like terms. So these are like terms with this. So we have 3 AE. This AE will cross the equal sign to become negative. AE equals 15. Then what we are going to say, 3AE minus AE will remain with 2AE equals to 15. Then we want AE according to the question. So to remain with AE, we divide by 2. You see, even here by 2. So 2 in 2, it will go. Will remain with AE is equal to 2 into 15, 7.5 centimeters. So that will be our answer there. So as you can see, this is quite straightforward. This is quite straightforward, and these are some of the questions that you are going to meet in an exam. So these are the steps that you have to take if you were to answer these types of questions. They're not very much complicated. All you need is to pay attention and to follow the steps the way we are solving, and you will definitely be able to answer such type of questions. They're not very much complicated. They're just straightforward like that. Okay, so we have done the answering of this question, right? So we need now to try to answer the next one. So the next one says the volume, we calculate the volume XBCY, the shape that remained. So let me just scroll. So they are saying the volume of XBCY. So this part here, they are talking now of this one here, the one which is like that. Okay, so this one, the radius here is 4, then the radius here is 12. So this one is a francium now, or francium. So we need now to calculate its volume. So let me show you how to answer this one. So this one here is how we answer it. Let me just clean the part here and show you the formula. So the height here between the two surfaces there is 15 here, as you can see. You have been given 15 there. So even here we'll put 15 centimeters. That's the height. Here we have 4 centimeters. Here we have 12 centimeters. So the volume of the frastium, like this one, is very simple. Volume is just given by V is equal to 1/3. You just need to memorize this formula. Pi, then H, which is height, then open brackets, then you get the radius of the bigger radius here squared, then you say plus smaller radius squared, this smaller radius squared, then plus, then bigger radius times smaller radius, like that. That is the formula that you need to use. Okay, so having that formula, it is now straightforward to calculate the volume. So let me just clear this part here so that we can solve the volume now. So for those of you, the line I've already given 0977924175. If you want to be part of this mathematics revision, where we'll be just revising through past examination questions so that you are prepared for examination which is coming for December, so December, November. So what we are going to do is just now to substitute. So say, okay, volume is equal to 1/3 times pi. They gave us 3 point, they said 3.142. This one here, that's pi. To put where there's pi here, 15 it is, height is 15, then radius big is 12, small radius is that. So now pi 142, right? Is that correct? 142, yes. Then times height 15, then open brackets, bigger radius is 12, so 12 squared plus smaller radius is 4, so 4 squared. Then we are saying plus bigger radius again, 12 times 4. Then you close like that. Then you do the evaluation. Of course, you need to show this step where you evaluate. You say, let me just switch on my calculator. I think my battery will be going off soon. So you say 3.142 times 15. We are getting 4 47.13. So this one then times what is in the brackets. So this one 144, because 12 squared is 144. Then 4 squared it's 16. Then 12 times 4 is 48. So we are saying we have 144 plus 16 plus 48 equals 208. So 208. So I've done everything inside here. So if I want, I can repeat. I can say 12 to power 2 plus 4 to power 2 plus, then I'll say 12 times 4, then 208. Then now that 208 times this one now. So say times 47.13. What is the answer? That one. Then divided by 3. So divide by 3, which will get our answer there. So that is our answer. I'm sure you have seen it. It is equal to 3267.68. Now this is volume. So remember to put the units. If they are using centimeters, you put centimeters cubed. Okay? So this is how you can answer. So we are going to revise different types of questions that examiners bring on mensuration. Then we'll move to the next topic, again to the next topic, just like that. So if you're interested to join, the line again is your WhatsApp 0977 92 41 75. So this is the line you are supposed to WhatsApp me on, so that you can be part of this revision. And as I said, mathematics, it is at 100 kwacha, science is at 120 because of physics and chemistry. Then these other subjects also are at 100 kwacha each a month. So for now, guys, bye and see you in the next video.